As fans of tech, we all like to talk about the hottest new products, the thing that does something new or has incredible performance. But I know that for laptops, that's not always the price range that most people are shopping in. In fact, most people are looking to spend around $700 when they're going out and buying a new laptop. So if that's you, here are 5 budget laptops that you should be considering when you're thinking about buying a new laptop in 2020. Now let's go from the cheapest on up, and that starts us at the best laptop you can buy under $500. Now technically, you can buy a Windows laptop under $500, it's just gonna be hard to find one that's actually worth recommending. The thick chassis, the horrible screen and battery life, and the mechanical hard drive inside, that's just not gonna cut it. That's where Chromebooks come in though, like this one, the Lenovo Chromebook Flex 5, which costs just $410. That is a killer price for a laptop this sleek, portable, and generally inoffensive. And that might not sound like praise, but for laptops that are under $500, trust me, it is. My only real complaint here was the touchpad, which is plastic and kind of frustrating to use. But if primarily what you do with a laptop is work on the web, the Lenovo Chromebook Flex 5 is really all you need in a laptop. And this one in particular is a good one to go with because it comes with an Intel Core i3 processor, which makes it the most powerful budget Chromebook you can buy. Moving up from there is my pick for the best budget 2-in-1, or said another way, an ultra portable laptop that can also double as a tablet. And my pick here is the Microsoft Surface Go 2, which starts at just $400. That is a really cheap price. I mean, it's not quite as cheap as an iPad, but remember, this thing runs a full version of Windows 10. This little 10.5-inch tablet is a gorgeous piece of hardware all on its own, but you'll most likely want to grab the add-on type cover keyboard, which will turn this tablet into an actual laptop, which is, I think, what most people want to do with a device like this. That will cost you an extra $100, putting you up to $500, but that's still a really good price for something this premium. It's super lightweight, the screen is gorgeous, and the type cover keyboard actually does provide a really good typing and touchpad experience. Now, this isn't the most powerful laptop in the world. You'll probably be tempted when you go to buy it to add in some memory or storage, or even bump it up to an Intel Core i3 processor. But if you're willing to compromise some of that performance for the unique design of the Surface Go 2, $500 is a killer price for a product like this. Next up is what is easily the most beautiful budget laptop you can buy, the HP Envy X360. This thing costs just $680, and if you're wondering why it's so cheap, it's because this is one of the laptops of a wave of laptops to come out supporting AMD Ryzen 4000 processors, and they're all pretty amazing. For example, you can get an 8-core laptop in the Acer Swift 3 for under $700. That's mind-blowing considering what kind of performance you can get out of that. Unfortunately, that laptop has a few problems like the battery life, the screen, and the touchpad. This guy has none of those problems, and that's why it's my pick for the best Ryzen 4000 laptop you can buy. Even though it's not quite as powerful, the base version here comes with a Ryzen 3, which is a quad-core processor, and that's kind of the standard for thin and light laptops today. But beyond that, this is just a super sleek little computer, which is really rare for laptops in this price range. Weighs under 3 pounds, and it has those really thin bezels, which means the footprint is small. So you can set it up on a small desk or toss it in your backpack and take it off to class or to work or wherever you need to take it. Now, if you want to go for one of these new Ryzen 4000 powered laptops, which I highly recommend, but portability is not as big an issue for you, I would recommend as an alternative this Lenovo IdeaPad Flex 5, which is sort of the AMD Windows version of that Chromebook I mentioned up top. The difference between these two laptops is this one comes with a Ryzen 7 processor and costs the same amount as the HP. So if performance is what you're looking for, this might be a better alternative. Speaking of Lenovo, that brings me to my final pick, the overall best budget laptop you can buy, and that is the Lenovo Yoga C640. And we don't have it here. We had to send it back after we reviewed it, but it left such a strong impression on us that it had to be included on the list. This is a $730 13-inch laptop, and it comes with kind of all the things that you expect from a premium laptop. 8 gigabytes of RAM, a 256 gigabyte SSD, an Intel 10th gen Core i5 processor. It's got it all. Now, there have been a million of these Yoga laptops over the years, and they've always had the potential to take this spot as the best budget laptop. But there's always been one problem, and that's battery life. And that's where the Yoga C640 completely blows the others out of the water, along with most of the other laptops that come at this price range. It even broke some records in some of our battery benchmarks, and that's why the Yoga C640 is the overall best budget laptop you can buy in 2020. It just doesn't have a single weakness that you can point to, and that's really rare in a laptop that costs under $800. Now, I said I had 5 laptops for you, and I do have one more recommendation. It's just not something that traditionally fits into the class of a budget laptop. But there are a lot of people out there who are looking for the cheapest possible way to get into PC gaming, and there's a clear winner in this case, and it is the Dell G5 SE. Now, one of the unique things about the G5 SE is that it is an all AMD laptop. It comes with an H series Ryzen 4000 processor and an RX 5600M graphics card, which is just a little bit behind the NVIDIA RTX 2060 for reference. At a starting price of just $830, that's incredible gaming performance for the amount of money you're paying. You can play most modern games at respectable frame rates, and even though the kind of chassis of this laptop is a little clunky, it's a little outdated for sure. If gaming performance is really what matters to you, the G5 SE is pretty much as good as you can get at this price. Really, the only thing you're missing from your PC gaming experience is a higher refresh rate, which you can get as an upgrade. So those are my picks for the best budget laptops you can buy in 2020. Let me know down in the comments below which of these laptops looks the best to you. And remember, we have full reviews of all these over at digitaltrends.com.